Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Mark Pires, Renaissance Man.
Okay, people, gather around. The Mark Pires Renaissance Man show. Is he still alive? Wait, hold on. I'm not done. Trying to get to the bottom of this. Number 2. Is he still alive?
He is Dr. Evil.
Why is he still alive, and why did you answer when I was asking number 2? I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. Number 2!
A plan is in the works, Dr. Evil.
This is wonderful news, number 2. Over 1,000 days in a row, we've managed to keep the world from knowing he exists.
Dr. Evil, he's still going and doesn't care.
Well, we need to find another way to stop the show. He's making me look bad, you know? Yeah, no. Perhaps we can make him look like racist or something?
That may work, Dr. Evil.
Perhaps we can get the media to cancel him?
This is your best idea yet, Dr. Evil.
Okay, number 2. Get me Dr. Fauci.
Dr. Evil. Dr. Fauci is on the evil monitor.
Thank you, number 2. Dr. Fauci.
Dr. Evil. It's Dr. Fauci.
Well, Dr. Fauci. It looks like the gig is up. The Renaissance Man show knows all about you.
Yeah, they created a character after me. We gotta squash him like the friggin' mouse that he is. He calls me a weasel, Fauci. I'm not a weasel, okay? I'm not a doctor. I'm Dr. Fauci, okay? Don't call me Dr. Weasel Fauci, okay? Because that's anecdotal.
Anecdotal Fauci. That's what they're always making fun of you about. That you're always anecdotal.
No, I know. It's like I said, that it is, everything's anecdotal.
Excellent. Dr. Fauci, initiate the final plan.
They never even asked you. Welcome, family and friends, to the Mark Pires Renaissance Man Show. We are live every single day of the year for unscripted live comedy, songwriting in the moment, and total inspiration. So join us on a tour of some of the accomplishments and content created in the first 1,000 days and counting of Renaissance Man. So far in 2021, 12 albums and 156 songs have been released into the world. But we're not even close to done yet, fam. My plan is to put an album out every month for the rest of my days, as well as show up for you every single night. I've created 3 feature films this year: Batmark vs. Supermark, Three's Company the Breakup Artist, and A Christmas Story. Within these comedies, many original characters have surfaced. You know, we have Batmark, Dick Face, which he doesn't look like this really, but that's Foch. And then of course Supermark, who's pretty freaking super if you ask me, just saying. Hammerlin Jameson's a bit of a drunkard, and he tried to get the role of Supermark. It didn't go well. He does all right at a side gig of, newscaster situation. But you can see in that top photo, he's not doing too well these days. Anyway. Dr. Wayne Doppler, tallest man alive, 8'9", Guinness, and he's also in the Batmark and Supermark movie. And Dr. Weasel Fauci, if you don't know who he is, wear 5,647 masks, especially if you're going to Mars. Stuck on Mars. I will be making a movie out of that. Sid 45, make sure you don't get rupees. Sid has rupees literally pouring out of his igloo. Francesco Vigilughi. Look, if you ever need a cartographer, there's just one guy. The Curious Case of Ben Affleck Head. It's about a guy with a head so large, he could literally change the poles. Oh, Dystopia 2021. If you missed that, that's the world we're living in today. If you haven't seen it, I did a couple episodes on it. BB Poo Poo. Don't forget we did 3 cryptos this year. BB Poo Poo, Pee Pee Poo Poo, and of course, Shibbity Bibbity Boo. But it almost was wrecked because of the original Shiggity Boo Boo. Well, look, people are still on the fence, Things were pretty bad for BB Poo Poo at the beginning. And of course, we have many episodes of Spider-Mark, Peter Marker. If you didn't know, check it out. Mark Pires of the Caribbean. That was a hilarious movie. And then if you can't dance, you just, watch this episode. There's 2 of them. Really good stuff. And did you watch Match Game? I did it. And Pressure Luck in it. We did a little Pressure Luck style too, Peter DeMarkin. And if you didn't see Waterworld 2027, I'm the last one left because of the bugaboo. We did many other homages to movies and TV shows and Pache Mulder.
Sonny, you still got the cough?
There are over 100 insane scenes with Dick Pache. And then of course I saved the world, saved all the animals and stuff too. Zucker Chooch, Donald Trump Show, make sure you check that out. And we did a couple of raps over the last year. You may not want to miss those. Trump, Biden, and Christopher Walken rapping? Yeah. Back to the Future, Mark. Guys, the next movie that's coming out, Back to the Future, Mark. You may not remember some of the characters that I was in the past, so let's just go over it in real time. Marxist, I did it. 10 Commandments. Mark Stradamus, telling the future, of course. Oh, and the artwork I created as Leo Marco da Vinci. The Mona Lisa, when I got that freaking red, like murdering a family. That was what O.J. Simpson of the 1600s. Hey, Michelangelo, after you finish that, sculpture, you think you could paint the ceiling? Got it. Circumnavigating the globe is Mark Jellin. Markola Tesla? If I didn't do my time here as Markola, you guys would have nothing when it comes to electricity. I still can't believe it. I'm sitting there, I'm writing the Fur Elise, right? I'm in the middle of it. And they're scratching it out and they're writing freaking that hack Beethoven's name on it, right? Don't even get me started on what they did when I was Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Doing the fifth and taking all that work. And then like modern days, when I'm doing Mark and M, doing the 8 Mile situation. Like Mark and M's the man now, but I paved the way is the Marktorius B.I.G. as well. When I was Mark Claude Van Damme, I remember that one. Oh, Mark Schwarzenegger? You didn't know I was Mark Schwarzenegger? Yeah, that was funny when I worked next to DeVito. The Emancipation Marklamation of 1863. I did my time as Abraham Mark Lincoln. You guys didn't know I was Abraham Mark? You guys are all Mark Della. That's why this is all part of the Mark Della effect. Everybody's like, Mandela, man. No, it's Mark Della. Get with it. And then the time I was Mark Guyver, remember, you give me a friggin' toothpick and some tooth floss and we're off. I'm building a bomb. So that's just a good overview of a lot of the shows, not all of them. We have tons of new gear up on the website, guys, markpires.com. And there you can pick up your gear, you can pick up a signed CD, and also don't forget about beatseat.rocks, my invention that I patented. This is her sitting on it, and this is a little demo I made. Welcome to beatseat.rocks. My name is Mark Pires, and I'm the inventor of the Beat Seat. Today I'm going to share all of the details of the Beat Seat. It's the ultimate percussion drum. You can play it with your hands and feet while sitting completely upright. It's got 4 playable panels, omnitone, everywhere you hit it sounds different. It's the first drum you could sit completely upright and play with your hands and feet at the same time. It's the Beat Seat. It's the only drum that you could play with your hands and feet while sitting completely upright. Anything you'd play in a drum kit, you could play on this, because you're playing with your entire body, but you're sitting upright. Your feet do this. So that's the Beat Seat, the ultimate percussion drum. You can play it with your hands, with your feet at the same time. It has unlimited tones. There's so much to explore. I hope to build one for you. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. And of course, fam, I can't leave you without a little bit of motivation. So take these quotes with you as we get ready to rock for one more night. And yes, we will be doing it again tomorrow. So, until I see you in just a moment, it's Mark Pires. And it's Renaissance Man.
when the wind starts blowing, I'm going to find a way. Some night when the world stops hating, we're going to find a way.
Tickets are available at the box office. Thanks for helping us keep the theater clean. As you exit the auditorium, please deposit litter in trash receptacles in the lobby. Please be considerate and don't talk during the show.
Thank you for coming to Lowe's. Sit back and relax. Enjoy the show.
It's officially Tuesday. It's Mark Pires.
I was walking
And it's Renaissance Man.
for another way.
I'm here
Ease my
to
mind
ease
and
my mind and help my living. It's Renaissance Man. It's daily variety show Mark Pires Renaissance Man. I'm here to connect with you, to amplify your current state, and I'm here with you on day 1142 in a row of the Renaissance Man Show. And we're going to get into it just like we do every single night, fam and friends. We're here on YouTube, we're here on TikTok, we're here on Twitch, we're here on LinkedIn, we're here on Facebook, which I call Zuckerchooch Book because we're Zuckerchooch. And we're basically everywhere and all at the same time. Trovo, too, I think, is one of the platforms. And D-Live, yeah, if you can believe it, we're still doing a D-Live sitch. But guys, doing it, day 1,142 in a row. About to get into some news tonight. Got Zabrowski over here. He's about to hit us with a woohoo. Who's ready for a woohoo from Matt Zabrowski? I'll tell you what, I've been waiting all day for a woohoo from Matt Zabrowski. What's that? Joanne says she can't wait for a woohoo from Matt Zabrowski. Look, I get it. You're dealing with it. I got Joanne. Opening and closing that drawer. You guys hear it. Right? It's one of those things. She doesn't start opening the drawers until I start the show. It's like quiet as an early morning in the middle of like the desert. And then as soon as I go live, she's like, gotta file the Zabrowski file. Stop it with the Zabrowski file, okay? Zabrowski's fine. You should have had it ready before you even got here tonight. You've been doing this for 1,000. You're actually new to the show, though, maybe about 300 days. Still, Joanne, you should know better by now. 300 days in a row doing it, and you forget to get the check ready prior to Zabrowski getting here. The woohoo's coming, guys. We're talking about a minute and a half away. Sometimes you're needing it. Like now? And then the Zabrowski is waiting. No, to get that gargle going, whatever. I want a good yoo-hoo. Woohoo. He's drinking the yoo-hoo. Gargle the yoo-hoo. Give us a woohoo. I'm off to the races. Got lots of stories for us today, Zabrowski. You sticking around for Zabrowski, you're not sticking around for the story time. Doing the news. We got 7 to 8 stories, maybe more, depending. Jeffrey, my brother. I see Jeffrey, Pamela, S-Coop, and Stacy Michaels hanging it with me. Guys, we're going to be doing it very soon. We're just waiting for a woohoo. You know how it is. Matt Zabrowski, he gets very, very upset if we don't give him his time to do his woohoo. I'm giving you some extra rope today, Zabrowski, so you can hang off that cliff. I want to hear it. I want to see it. Something to live for, yeah. Something to die for, yeah. Something to live for. Let's get it, man. Here we go, Matt Zabrowski. Give me that woo-hoo. Gotta get it. I gotta get the woo-hoo. What, Joanne? Be quiet. Stop the wheezing. Matt Zabrowski, give me a double-decker woo-hoo on the double. That's what I'm talking about. I'm here. You're there. We're doing it. We're together, waiting for it. Gets it. He just goes out there hardcore. Woohoo style. The world stopped. You felt it. Right? Zabrowski did it. Grammy, I get it. Every time you woohoo me, I get it. I'm like, he's woohooing me. Grammy. Sometimes you get a Grammy from Matt Zabrowski, and he'll just bring it down to studio. He hasn't done that yet, but he keeps saying he will. I keep wanting you to bring it, Zabrosk. I want to see it. I'll show it to the fam. Guys, look, Matt Zabrowski's Grammy for my song that they didn't even look at it, the song. They skipped to the end. Hear the woohoo. They were doing woohoo takes to figure out who had the best woohoo. Zabrowski gets the win. So, guys, in general, I hope you're doing well. It has been a crazy start to the year, has it not? And I hope you had a nice 4th. I mean, Valentine's Day yesterday. And I got to say, it was kind of nice to get the show on early. So I'm trying to see if I can get on early always. I don't want to be on at 10:30 every night, even though I started at 10 today, so it doesn't really help us much. I am thinking, though, if I can get on at 9 every day, that'd be good for me, for everybody. So that's my aim now, is to start to get on the air by 9 o'clock if possible. Go Truckers is right. Right, Jacqueline? I mean, we're here to support freedom above all. It's the one thing in this timeline that we need to hold sacred. Everything else seems to be destroying itself. They're allowing it to be destructed. I don't even understand why we are sitting by and letting all these things take place, but it's happening. Look what's going on in Canada right now. Oh my goodness. I think it's like martial law, right? God almighty. I feel bad for what's going on for everybody in the world, including myself, but I don't even understand the ramifications of it yet. Neither do you. It's going to be really terrible. It's been terrible. And the fallout from this entire, charade and what's happening in Ukraine, all of this stuff is going to have major, major impacts on our children and our financial futures, everything. It's a little scary. So we do have some news for you. Let's go into the news a little bit here, see what we got. And I know, Joanne, I got the news. Can you pull up the first story for us? I'm here, ready to do it. Oh, here we go. Thank you, Joanne. Telepromptering me. She gives me a teleprompter. Guys, if you're not here on YouTube and it's the link, you gotta go to Linktree, right in my bio there. And when you get over here, you're going to see the story as well as be a part of the story. Because if you're part of the fam over here on YouTube, you can chat away with a lot of love, and also you get to see the actual news stories on the screen. This is all in green screen, real green screen. You see the green screen behind me when I'm shaking around? You can see a little green screen behind me because I got a real green screen. I'm not doing a fake green screen effect. Got a real green screen here. Green screen guy. Green screen show. YouTubing it 1,142 days in a row. No way, you did it 1,442 days in a row? Yeah, freaking right I did. Been here for 3+ years every single day for 2+ hours. No script, just having a great time writing songs. We have 13 albums in the last 13 months, 170 songs, all on iTunes, all on Spotify. Free to stream on Spotify. Check it out. What's this guy write songs about? Whatever the freaking heck you want me to write songs about. In fact, someone give me a topic. What are we doing over here? I do have the ability on my guitar to play any instrument. Right now it's set up to Hammond B3 organ, and this wire is really messed up. I got to put out I got to start laying out all the donation funds that come through next time and just buy some more equipment because other stuff's starting to get pretty wacky. Check this out, that one. Ooh, someone wants a little blues. Got you. Can I get a pick? See, the running joke here is I throw my picks after I write a song, and I write a couple songs a night. They're just about topics you ask for. I wrote a song about the Freedom Convoy. I wrote a song about LGBTQ, about Kyle Rittenhouse, all because they're asked for in the moment. So let me give you an example of that. So you asked me for some blues or a song about the Civil War, Russia invading Ukraine, song about that. Russia invading Ukraine, or the Civil War here. Well, I could definitely get into that. Oof. Little blues. I see I gotta get my beat seat out though, guys. I don't have my instrument, my beat seat for some percussion. I gotta sit on that to kick and get some percussion going. Can't do that without. I mean, I could, but now with the blues, I really need a beat back there in the background. I need a pick. Just threw my pick. Going back to the news. Salty in the house. Guys, when you're doing it, and you're doing it, we're all doing it. Thank you so much for the follow, Tom, my brother. Jeffrey kicking it with me. Loving it. Pick throwing it, Jeffrey. You know what I'm doing? There's pick throw. Woo. S-Coop. Loving it. Pamela Swan in the house. Jacqueline in the house. And salty mother? Mother lover. Yeah, when you got a salty mother lover, you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we're all doing it. I mean, you know, at one point in your existence, you better be freaking doing it. You put it all out there. Right? I'm just saying we need to do that. Guys, look, this is why. This is the first story of the day. Joanne, start pushing the freaking teleprompter. I'm running out of, I'm trying to do the story here. Sometimes you got to give it to her, Joanne. She's really just the worst, admin / program director there is in the East Coast. I get the worst of all. Joanne, Telefriffin, Randy Telefriffin, when you're talking about the directors. Ed Wood, Telefriffin. Ocean water along U.S. coasts will rise about 1 foot by 2050, scientists warn. Sea levels along coastlines in the United States will rise about 1 foot by 2050, with larger increases on the east and Gulf coasts, according to a comprehensive new report by federal climate scientists. Oceans have already risen about 1 foot in the last century as climate change melts glaciers and ice caps around the world. But the pace is accelerating. Scientists warned that in the next 30 years, we will see the same amount of sea level rise as the previous 100. It's like history is repeating itself, but in fast forward, says William Sweet, a sea level rise expert with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. That's NOAA, Joanne. You know, you didn't know it's NOAA. Like, they had to go acronym, but they could have done it up front. So now I didn't have to read the whole thing. I'm just saying. No, I know, Joanne. Slow it down. She goes, maybe I should back it up a little. Yeah, you're freaking back it up already. Dude, teleprompter. It's like history is repeating itself, but in fast forward, says William Sweet, a sea level rise expert with the NOAA. I'm going that way, Joanne. I'm skipping the rest. That's a long one. No, Joanne, I already said it once. You gotta say it again? She's telling me I gotta read it through like it says on the script. They pay you for that. She says, I don't get paid, Joanne. I'm here for the goodness of mankind. Fine, I'll do it for you, just because you asked me 74 times and you won't stop cheese gratering me in the ear. Over here, they're hearing this on TikTok. They're like, what is that lady in the background doing screaming at the host? He's trying to do a show. Like right now even. You guys hear how loud she is screaming at me, right? Oh my. Yeah, no, I know, Joanne. Anyway, fine, I'll do it, Joanne. Whatever. It's like history is repeating itself, but in fast forward, says William Sweet, a sea level rise expert with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, Joanne, and one of the authors of the new report. People living in coastal cities are already facing encroaching seas. Every extra inch of ocean water scours beaches and seawalls, exacerbates flooding during hurricanes, and makes it more likely that salty water will undermine buildings and infiltrate sewers, storm drains, and drinking waters. Oh my. Joanne, it says reservoirs. They didn't put the oh my in there. Stop ad-libbing. She's throwing things in for me to read on the teleprompter. The report gives the most concrete and certain sea level projections ever published in the United States of America. The authors of the report are 24 top climate scientists paid by the government from across the federal government. Bang, biggity boo! I ad-libbed now and it's really there, Joanne! Oh. The authors are, let me read that one more time, Joanne, but in slow motion. The authors of the report are 24 top climate scientists from across the globe. You see that, Joanne? We did it! You know. Where was I, Joanne? You throw me for a loop here. I'm trying to do it. You know. The authors are reporting the 24 top class from across the government and academia, Joanne. The advances in computer models and real-world information about rising seas make it possible to see the future and more clarity than ever. This is unique in a way we're having much clearer, confident, expected outcome, Sweet says, so folks can really plan and prepare. Sea level rise varies dramatically for different parts of the United States coast. The ocean is not like a bucket of water that rises uniformly as more liquid is added. Ocean currents push more water into some areas than others. Ice in different regions melts at different rates. In many parts of the world, sea level rise is worse because coastal land is sinking. Joanne, did you hear that? You weren't paying attention, Joanne? Gosh almighty. No, I'll go in reverse. In many parts of the world, sea level rise is worse because coastal land is sinking, Joanne. Yeah, can you believe it? The new report adds up all those factors to give regional estimates for different parts of the U.S. The author predicts about 1.5 feet of sea level rise for the Gulf Coast by 2050. Joanne, what are we going to do? I know you can't go, you can't float. out of here. Maybe you can float. We haven't thought about it. You are at hot air balloon carditis. Maybe you can float out of here. By 2050, the particular hotspots from Texas to Mississippi were extraction for underground oil, gas, and drinking water, and that's caused by land to rapidly collapse into the rising ocean water, Joanne. You know, Joanne just doesn't learn unless you scream at her. So I scream at her. She needs to know that I know you're there, Joanne. I could friggin' hear you wheezing right now. Right. There are similar hotspots in the mid-Atlantic region, including Annapolis, Maryland, and Norfolk, Virginia. That's a bad word, Joanne. I always thought Norfolk, that's a bad word. I just can't even say it properly. Norfolk, Norfolkers, Norfolk. How do you say it without offending somebody? Where are you from? Norfolk. What did you say to me? I'm going to slap you in the face, sir. I'm sorry. No, I didn't mean to offend you. I was telling you where I'm from. I'm from a place called Norfolk. And you're sitting there getting offended by it. I'm sorry. How am I supposed to deal with you and being offended by Norfolk? I said it the way I know how to say it. Oh, it's your accent. What am I doing? That's my accent. That's how I talk. I say Norfolk. And you're going to get offended by Norfolk? That's me saying how do you say it? Norfolk? That's even worse. I heard you go Boston on it. You're from Norfolk? No, I'm sorry. You can't do it. You got to throw a fork, Norfolk, and you're still skating the line there. You're skating the line at Norfolk. I'm just saying. Some people think they can get away with it. Why don't you go Norfolk yourself? Whoa! What did he just say? I can't believe he did that. He's talking about where he's from. Virginia told me to go Norfolk myself. That's when you've really got a problem with society. People around just using Norfolk as a way to kind of throw, really offensive comments at each other as they walk by at hockey games and at a bowling alley. How you doing over there? I'm doing pretty good. I just bowled, 287. Sounds like you got Norfolked. Yeah, almost at a 300. Got Norfolked. Sometimes you're doing it and you're trying not to deal with the offensive words of the world. And someone takes a city and decides to go there with it, You know what? You know how many times I've been Norfolked? What, are you kidding me? I was out there. I paid too much for it. I asked for a refund. They said, you kidding me? That's how much you paid. There's no give backs, no take backs. Are you kidding me? You just gave me the old Norfolk shuffle. That's an old thing that was done with the gangs back in the day in Norfolk. The Norfolk shuffle. No, Joanne, not like the Icky Shuffle. Totally different. Icky Shuffle is different. It was doing that. You can't do Icky Shuffle with the Norfolk Shuffle. They would kick Icky out. No, I'm sorry, Icky. We don't need you. We got Norfolk. This is something we've been working out for years, to the Norfolk style. And basically, you can just kind of take the hint, You're Norfolked. It's a sad thing when Icky didn't get to do the shuffle on the way out. He thought he could do his Icky Shuffle with the Norfolk Shuffle. I'm sorry, they don't work. They're not congruent. No. They don't work in tandem. Oh, look, I did this one, and then I did that one. Yeah, Icky Shuffle was much better than the Norfolk Shuffle. But right now, we're going with Norfolk Shuffle. What, Joanne? No, Joanne, you can't do the Icky Shuffle and also go and audition for the Norfolk, shuffle. You can't do it. They don't want any more people with hearts the size of a freaking hot air balloon. What are we talking about? Sometimes you wonder when Joanne's going to come to her senses. Guys, it's a shame that they had to name the city Norfolk. Just saying. The East Coast is projected to experience a little more than a foot of sea level rise in the next 30 years, Joanne. It sounds like they're Norfolked, I'm just saying, you're there, and in 30 years, oh, guys, we're doing okay. You are? Norfolked. Yeah, we thought we were good. We put it out over the wire. Norfolked. Guys, we need to get some emergency help. Maybe we should call Emergency Management Associates, Ron Tyler, and ask if we can get some assistance. Because currently we're Norfolked.
They call the National Guard. They call, like the freaking Navy SEALs and like the, the Merchant Marines or whatever. They call them all. They're all like, we got to go down to Norfolk. They're like, what are we doing down there? There's a freaking group of people that are totally Norfolk. We got to go and get them. Right now, they are totally Norfolk. If we don't get them, it's the end of their Norfolkian life. You know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about over here? Like when they're back at home, they just go around saying they're Norfolking it. Like, what are you doing? I'm getting my Norfolk on. You what? Yeah, I Norfolked the hell out of that last night. Like, they're using it in a weird third, in like a way, expressing themselves with it. It's a very interesting thing when you're out there on the streets and you hear them using it. The kids, especially the kids. Did you go to that party last night? Yeah, it was a Norfolk good time. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. Did you get that girl? You get her number? You Norfolking right? I did. Norfolk, Virginia. Great city. Great town. Where is it? City? It's a town. It's a city. It's a great area in Virginia. I have no fucking idea. Fuck. I have no fucking idea where it is, but it's somewhere in Virginia. Oh, what are you doing? You going out hunting? Where? No fucking idea. I have no fucking idea. I was supposed to go. And my friend told me I'll meet me in Norfolk. So I said, okay, where the heck's Norfolk? I have no fucking idea. Come down there and meet me there in Norfolk. Norfolk? Where is the Norfolk idea? I have no idea. I can't anymore. Oh, my goodness. No, Joanne, no. Are you kidding me, Joanne? I can't. I did my best with it. It's Norfolk. I know I don't know how to say it correctly. Norfolk, you. No. You can't say that to me. She gets it like on my nerves, starts doing a George Soros voice, and then she's saying for me to go Norfolk myself. You know what I mean? You can't tell me to Norfolk myself. I'm there going to Virginia. I'm traveling through the streets. I see the kids out there doing high fives. What's up, Norfolker? Bang five, high fives, doing in the streets, You go out and grab a slice of pizza? You damn Norfolking right, I did. And everybody is excited when they go to the hockey game that night and they get the big game. They score the big goal at the end of the game. Third period, they're there down the ice. Shoo, shoo, shoo. Go, scoops it in, right? I think that's what I scooped it in. Yeah, that was some Norfolking game. It sure was. Best game ever. You going to that party? You're Norfolking, right? I am. Front news, when you get the newspaper the next day, Norfolk beats Hampshire. We Norfolk the hell out of them. Buy Menon. When you gotta buy Menon, you're doing it with Norfolk. I can't help it. This is the news, Joanne. You get in the news, you give me Norfolk. I gotta roll with it on that one. Woo! Sea level rise is happening more slowly on the West Coast, including much of southern and western Alaska. The report finds the authors predict about 6 inches of sea level by 2050. Hawaii, Joanne, that's how you say it. Hawaii and the island territories in the Caribbean will see a little more than a half a foot of sea rise. So, Joanne, if you were paying attention, I know you're not, a foot and a half, up by where I am. And down in the Caribbean, you're getting like a foot, and then they're getting a little bit of like a half a foot in Hawaii. The unfolding in their eyes, guys, whether you're in Miami or Charleston, Norfolk, or Annapolis, you're Norfolked. The tweet says, cities that are yet inundated, and they take notice now. It's best to plan before the problems surface, before you're Norfolked. You know what I mean? But it's not to say we can't engineer our way out of this before we're totally Norfolked. We can find our ways to live with the water,
We could do a Waterworld thing like I did. I made 2 episodes. Accelerating sea level rise may require the humans change where and how we build homes, offices, roads, and anything else that is better dry than wet. Joanne. Right now, development in flood-prone areas is increasing despite climate change. We are moving towards the flood risk, says A.R. Siders, a climate change researcher who works for the government, University of Delaware, or the government, who was not involved in the new report, but works for the government. We're building them faster in areas who are prone to sea level rise and flooding, said the government employee. Sea level rise also has implications beyond the coasts. Sea level rise matters in the entire U.S., whether you live on the coast or not, because so much of our economy is based in these areas, says Siders. Good old Siders, with his quips. It's all closer to the coast. We know that, Siders. Beyond 2050, the report makes clear that humans have a choice. Reduce greenhouse gas emissions and control sea level rise, or keep burning fossil fuels and face oceans that are 2, 3, or even 10 feet higher than today. Joanne, let me say that again. Joanne, they keep burning fossil fuels, and the oceans will be 2, 3, or even 10 feet higher than they are today, Joanne. Holy cow, guys, that's crazy. Oh my goodness, Spirit-filled, how are you? So good to see you. We are in the middle of the news tonight. Did you see my silly TikTok earlier? I hope you guys saw it too. It was pretty silly, but I got in the car today and I was like, I don't know what made me think of being so silly, but I'm quite a goose. You guys know that. So Spirit, take a look at that after you have a chance. I think so. The last thing I posted. Next news story, guys. That was a crazy one with Norfolk. You can't do a Norfolk and put it in front of the Renaissance Man and have me not take that thing to task. Just saying. Next story on the list. It looks like the out-of-control rocket about to hit the moon is not SpaceX Falcon 9, astronomers now say. It's just like that, Joanne. Like another fake news story about let's make Elon Musk look bad. It's not my rocket. He probably came out and told me, that's not my rocket. What are you doing? I'm going to blame it on me. It's not my freaking rocket. And now they're doing the backtracking, just like they always do, But where are the misinformation? Okay, yeah, we get it, right, Joanne? No, I know, Joanne, you're still misinformation because you got the humongo, hot air balloon carditis. The out-of-control rocket. Let's see what this is about, Joanne, if you could stay awake long enough. She's trying her best to do her part and to be a part of the show, A rocket set to hit the moon on March 4th might not be from SpaceX after all. The astronomer credited for the discovery forthcoming impact, Bill Gray, announced Saturday that he made an error in identifying the rocket as an old SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket stage that helped launch the Deep Space Climate Observatory satellite in 2015. Rather, Gray suggests the stage could be part of a long March 3C rocket that launched China's moonbound Cheng 5T1 mission. Are you freaking kidding me? Winning big league. What, Melania? No, I'm doing a story, Melania. Are you kidding me? Excuse me, Melania. Excuse me. I'm in the middle of a story, Melania. Okay, hold on a minute. The spacecraft was a predecessor to Chang'e 5. Did you see what I did there, Melania? Chang'e 5T1. There was a Chang'e 5. It's like the double deck, The 2020 mission was a robotic lunar sample return. Yeah, no. So wait a second. I see what he did. China released a rocket in 2014. Elon Musk, I did one in 2015. You don't go after Elon Musk, though. You know what I mean, Joanne? You just don't do it. He's a good guy. I mean, he's crazy as hell. You just don't. He'll go out there on Twitter and he'll rip you down like a sleep sofa. He'll call you a wet paper bag or something like that. I call him a sleep sofa Joe, bumbling Biden. Joey Futon. I joked originally that if Sleepy Poo, if what happened really should have happened, did happen, which, real votes were what, anyway. He was opening up a furniture store called Sleep Sofa Joe's Emporium. Look, we got sleep sofas and we got
we got futons. You get 2 for the price of 1. Look, we can't even give away the futons. Nobody wants. My Aunt Judy told me. Come on down.
Joe, are you freaking kidding me? Are you selling futons again? You couldn't beat the Trumper up here winning big league. You had to steal it, right?
Look, huh? What? My Aunt Judy told me I won fair and square.
Fair and square? Are you freaking kidding me? I was there. I was winning big league. All of a sudden, the freaking, like, the voting machines went to sleep. Oh, what happened? It's like, is your name Joe Biden? Joe voting machine Biden? What are we talking about over here? Are you kidding me?
Huh? What are you talking about? I won fair and square. I got the most popular president in history. I'm the greatest president of all.
Joe, you can't sleep in the middle of trying to talk about how great you are, right? You know what I mean? Excuse me. Are you kidding? Are you freaking kidding me?
Right, Joanne? Joanne knows what I'm talking about. Huh? What? I don't know what you're talking about. I gotta go take a poop in my double diaper. Sometimes Joe takes a poop in his double diaper, and you just gotta be ready for it, and you gotta be ready to change him out. You know, like Jill is. That's what she said. Doctor, I'm changing out his poopy doopy. Sometimes he's there with a triple diaper, and they do that just to make sure. There's that he's going to be good for a couple hours. Currently, I believe that he's either second or no. I think he got it now. It's just even this short year, it's been the most nap time in the history of the Oval. Yeah, it's a Guinness. He's in the Guinness. You can go and see now Joe Biden in Guinness. Most naps history. It's an every 15-minute naparoo for him to keep his brain mush, I guess, because you can't say it's keeping it, tip top. Because is that tip top? I don't know. Tip top at Joe Biden at 29 it was tip top, but now here he's 47. Doesn't know what his name, where he is. I feel bad, actually. It's a kind of a sad thing. I feel bad for the man. But he's also destroying our country, so I'm pissed at the same time. It's a weird thing. Feel bad, but pissed at the same time. The rocket stage, regardless of its origin, is still expected to slam into the far side of the moon. Ooh, the far side of the moon, Joanne, they're going there. I'll tell you what, I would do a far side of the moon, and I'd be like, meet you on the far dark side of the moon. And I'd take out that freaking guitar and be you know what I mean? We're rocking out in the background, lead guitar style. Next story on the list, guys. We're skipping past that one. Whatever. The freaking thing is by China.
We don't want to give China any more, airtime, okay? President Xi-hole. Yeah, he's a Xi-hole. Everybody's like, oh, I love President Xi. Are you kidding? He's a freaking Xi-hole. Excuse me. Okay. Could you move that? Tried to do it. Yeah, okay.
So, guys, this is what we have. Second story, third story of the day. 10 reasons why scientists believe the cove originated from a lab in Wuhan. I call it the Wuhan. Everybody's like giving the Trumper a hard time. He's like, are you kidding me? The China virus? And you get like, why are you saying it's from China? Because it's freaking from China. First of all. Secondly, that was a weak name. And so were all the other names. Like the only one that was good was Kung Flu. I thought that was pretty good. That was actually really good. But I think that Wuhan is so much better, right? And we've been saying that since probably 2 years ago, calling it the Wuhan. 10 reasons why scientists believe the cove originated from a lab in Wuhan, China. Okay, so let's get into this one. And now remember, for the longest time, anybody who said this was completely suppressed and pulled down. Now it's okay. Hopefully it's okay to talk about this. Oh my goodness. Yes, I have to, Spirit, I have to touch base with you to see if we can connect about that, because I don't know how to get anybody to see any of this stuff, or at least to like and share and follow the TikTok. So it would be nice to build out that platform too. This is where we are as far as this craziness, guys. This world we live in, just to explain simply what is the way I see this. For 2 years, people who've been skeptical, people who've asked questions, have been asking the same questions and been the same amount of skeptical. They've been asking the same questions. Nothing's changed. They've actually maintained what they think will happen for 2 years. For 2 years, the people who are running this have changed their mind every 15 seconds. They keep coming out with new guidelines. They keep telling us this works, this doesn't work, to do this 3 times, to wear this 5 times, wear 7,467 masks. And Dr. Weasel Fauci, how many times did he change his mind? Sleepy Poo would come out and say, look, you're not going to get the cove if you got the bugaboo. And he'd say that over and over, and it would piss. My body would I'd get cringe. My whole body would cringe when I'd hear him say that. I hear Weasel Fauci say that over. Look, you're not going to get you won't get sick if you got the bugaboo. You won't get it if you get it. And he'd say it over and over until a month ago. And now all of a sudden, everybody else is saying, oh, well, nobody ever said I was going to do anything. I'm like, God almighty, let's just stop that, okay? Just take accountability and stop calling the people who've been asking the same question the whole time and have maintained the same amount of skepticism, but also their perspective on this hasn't changed. And all of a sudden, everything, here's the crazy thing that I see. Everything, with the exception of a few things that I've said will happen from the beginning that I've been called names for, has happened. And they don't apologize to the people who've said these things are going to happen. You're a scum, you're an anti, you're this. And all of a sudden, as things begin to slip to the side of the people who've been saying these things for 2 years, they say, oh, well, nobody ever said, we all knew we'd get it. What? Are you freaking killing me, right? You know what? The whole planet takes something where everyone's going to still get the thing you said that it would stop you from getting. Nobody ever said it would stop you from getting it. Oh, okay. Until 3 weeks ago they did, but apparently nobody wants to remember those videos. Listen, I don't want to get into it too much. I just want to say it bothers me because right now we're dealing with finally hearing 10 reasons why scientists believe the cove originated from Wuhan in China. New reports from Fox, special report, I won't say where from, showed that the effort by Dr. Weasel Fauci, director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, then National Institutes of Health Director Francis Collins, and other scientists to not mention the possibility of the virus originating in a lab. This consensus was reached on a call in early 2020 that the lab leak theory should be left out of an early paper on COVID-19 origins because it will add fuel to the conspiracists. Well, if it's where it came from, that's reality. 2 years later, there's no definitive proof that the V started in nature. Well, I don't know if one's the V. As the cove started in nature or that it leaked from a lab. But the theory is that the virus originated from the Wuhan Institute of Virology, which studies coronaviruses and no longer shunned as a conspiracy and is gaining more traction among scientific communities calling for further inquiry. Look, I'm not going to talk about this much because it's such a hot topic, but bottom line is, come on, seriously, why are we living in a world where finally they're saying the things that we've always said or we've been saying for 2 years, and there's no apologies. There's just this weird, condescending approach to it where they're just like, well, we never said this, and we're following the science. How would we have known any of this because we've been following the science? And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. The science, you mean the people who've been asking these questions for 2 years were telling you the science. And you know what you did? You took a freaking shovel out, you dug holes, and you took all those scientists and all those doctors and you threw them in their careers, and you shoveled the dirt back on top of them. And then you said nobody will notice. Oh. I know. That's so crazy. Spirit's right. Spirit says, you didn't know that the American public is not smart enough to understand science. So true. And I'm not a scientist and I didn't study science. I'm just saying I read things. I hear the scientists who are doing the work and the ones who are also skeptical. I don't want to hear the people who are right on board. Oh, look, we have to put an end to this. I'm going to look past all these other things because I really want to put an end to this. I'm one of those people who really needs to put an end to it. I'm in the medical profession. I really want to put an end to this and get back to being a doctor again. Let's get everybody to take it and move forward. Well, what do you think about the thing? I just trust the science. Okay, what's the freaking science say? Well, this science says this. What's all the data say? You won't know because they hide things from you. As soon as you learn that they're hiding things, that's when you got to get really nervous. So next story is Arctic Seed Vault to receive rare deposits. Guys, this is also something sketchy, right? So we have an Arctic seed vault where we take all the seeds on planet Earth for, planets. Also, I'm not sure if this is like an ark of sorts. I think it is. Television crews stand outside the global seed vault before the opening ceremony in Longyearbyen on February 26th, 2008. So bottom line, I can't see this. They're putting some other seeds in there, and I feel like that to me says they're worried about something happening, that they're adding to this seed bank, right? Scary stuff going on. Next story. AirTags are a growing headache for Apple Mind amid disturbing reports of tracking. Women around the country say they've gotten notifications that relatively cheap location tracking devices are following them. Samo from Brooklyn was heading home from the bar she helps manage a few weeks ago when she got a notification on her phone. Your current location can be seen by the owner of this AirTag. She'd never heard of AirTags, the button-sized location tracking devices Apple launched last April. The company markets them as a way to easily track or essentially belongings like keys and wallets and sells them for an accessible $29 a piece or $99 for a pack of 4. It was 1 a.m. The notification on Sam's phone said the AirTag device was first seen tracking her at 5:51 a.m. the day before. A second had first detected later that afternoon. And first, most alarmingly, the notifications included a map with a red line showing exactly where Sam had just walked, from the bar to her apartment building. A friend she called for advice helped her figure out what to look for: a round silver white chip, little over an inch wide. I go through all my stuff, my bag and everything, my gym bag, and she wouldn't use her full name, but she didn't see anything unusual. Her friend recommended she change her clothes, whatever she was wearing, and then went back outside her apartment building, only to see the red tag and tracked her movements. She and her friend both examined her phone case carefully, but still nothing. Sam walked down the streets around her apartment building, watched the red light follow her. Across the country, women are reportedly being tracked in a similar manner. Police and local news media, in an attempt to raise public awareness, said AirTags can be hidden on cars and personal belongings and can track people without their knowledge. The stories proliferate on TikTok, and some have been posted to Reddit and Twitter. Sometimes people find devices and sometimes they don't. A New York City model, Brooks Nader, shared her experiences over Instagram earlier this year. She said she had been out in a crowded bar when her coat hanging on a chair and she was walking back to her apartment when she got a notification, unknown AirTag. Sounds like the same story we just heard. All right. Anyway, so guys, be careful out there. There is basically a lot of scumbags. We've always known this, and they are trying to get the location of women they see at bars. And there could be other things going on where criminals are doing things to case a house. You never know. So be very careful. Okay. This is interesting. I was a fan of Bob Saget's comedy, and it's sad that he passed away, but there's something weird about this story, and I want to read it to you and see what you guys think and see if you think there's some foul play here. Bob Saget's autopsy report reveals multiple head fractures, usually seen in high-force injuries. Let's check this out. Questions surrounding Bob Saget's death increased over the late comedy's autopsy report, revealed Saget suffered injuries to his head that are usually seen from a more traumatic blow than typically sustained from a slip and fall. As reported by Fox last week, Saget's family released a statement that said the 65-year-old comedian's sudden death was caused by a brain bleed that occurred after Saget hit his head and went to sleep, not realizing the severity of his injury. The actor was found dead in his hotel room in the Ritz-Carlton in Orlando on January 9th after performing a comedy show in Orlando. Health experts weighed in on the autopsy report, questioning the investigation and cause of the blow to the comedian's head that led to his death. The outlet posted the autopsy report, which said Saget suffered multiple fractures stretching from the back to the front of his skull along the eye sockets. It also revealed that there was bleeding across both sides of his brain. The Daily Mail cited one report in which a doctor said the injuries in the autopsy appeared consistent with a blow to his skull with a baseball bat or falling 20 to 30 feet. Fox News spoke with Dr. Fred Davis, an associate chair at emergency medicine at Northwell Health College in New York, about the recent questions surrounding the severity of Saget's injuries. Davis, an emergency department physician and assistant professor at Hofstra University in Long Island, was not involved in Saget's case, but told Fox News on Sunday the extent of the injuries, as reported by the autopsy, is usually seen in significant traumatic events. It involved breaks in the bones of the skull in multiple areas, which tends to happen with high-force injuries. So, what do you guys think? Do you guys think there's something else going on here? Because I think there's something else going on. I don't know why anybody would get rid of Bob Saget. He's a sweet man. But something could have gone wrong. He could have gotten an argument with somebody. It just seems really weird. Yeah, right? Spirits definitely sounds like something with the red rum situation going on over there. Guys, Canada's Justin Trudeau invokes emergency powers to quell protests. My fellow Canadians, I've invoked emergency powers on Monday to quell paralyzing protests by truckers and other angry over the Canadian COVID-19 restrictions, outlining plans not only to tow away their rigs, but strike at their bank accounts and their livelihoods. It's the worst. These blockades are illegal, and if you are still participating, then the time is now to go. It's funny, the one thing I didn't read as him is the one thing that he did say. These blockades are illegal, and you are still participating. The time has come for you to go home now. I have a certain set of skills. My father is Liam Neeson, or Fidel Castro. Perhaps a double-decker. Freeland, who is also the finance minister, said the government will also broaden its anti-money laundering regulations to target crowdfunding sites that are being used to support the illegal blockades. Trudeau did not indicate when the new crackdowns would begin, but he gave assurances that the emergency measures will be time-limited and geographically targeted, and is reasonable and proportionate to the threats that are meant to be addressed, Liam Neeson said. For more than 2 weeks, hundreds and sometimes thousands of protesters in trucks and other vehicles have clogged the streets of Ottawa, the capital, and besieged Parliament Hill, rallying against the Vex Mandaroo for truckers and COVID-19 precautions and condemning Trudeau's Liberal government. Guys, when you got a Trudeau going, I should be playing while I'm playing this song. Hold on. This got to play while we're in the middle. We've got to put this on while we're in the middle of playing this. Oh, excuse me. It's weird. This isn't working. All right, we'll leave it out. I was going to put the song on from the Freedom song. It's not there. Can't do it. So, invoking the Emergencies Act would allow the government to declare Ottawa protest illegal and clear it out by such means as towing vehicles. Guys, I think this is just insanity. We're going towards a state of complete fear and from both sides, where the people who are holding the guns in Canada are going to be walking in fear, going to houses, trying to I don't even know what they're doing. This is a scary, scary time. And this starts there. It starts to go from country to country. It's just the beginning of what is probably the end. Whew. Scary, scary stuff. So thank you, Trudeau. Trudeau. Michael Jordan was banned from a Miami country club for life. Bulls legend was barred from ever golfing at the La Gorse Country Club after not wearing appropriate attire. That's the story. I don't really care too much about it. Is that the last story, though, Joanne? Last story, I guess. Good. You know what? Joanne, we're here in an hour. We did an hour of news. Woo! That's what happens sometimes. There was one more story I did not pull up. Let me see real quick if I should just quickly run it through. Something called electric snow. I want to see this because, just so you have a little perspective, tomorrow will be 1 month that my car has been... I don't know why am I sharing that with you? You don't have to click that. I'm going to put it on the air here. It's been 1 month since my car has been in the shop, and it's my car. So it's like, I'm sitting there, I'm paying for a rental because they're like, oh, we have to reimburse you. We don't have any cars. I'm like, this car's less than 6 months old. I'm hoping to get I'm hoping to get like a lemon law and get my money back or get a car that drives because it's brand new and this is going on. This is a first series thing, guys. The Mach-E is a first series car. It's all electric and it's been nothing but trouble. Great intentions, but it's a first series. Like something else that everybody's been shooting up 55 times into their shoulder. I-95 traffic nightmare. What if you were stuck in an electric car for 24 hours? Good question. That is a very good question. What if you were stuck for 24 hours in an electric car on the highway? Listen to this. A rapid early January storm created a unique traffic nightmare for hundreds of drivers in Virginia Interstate 95. The East Coast's primary north-south highway corridor came to a complete standstill just south of Washington, D.C. Hundreds of drivers sat trapped in their cars for as long as 24 hours, waiting for tow trucks to clear away a series of accidents. That is insane. First of all, it's not allowing me to stream, but it said that the electric cars work surprisingly well over a 24-hour period. I want to share with you that I had 41% on my battery when the battery died, and I was sitting there, and when you put the heat on, the battery dies super quick. I can go from 100% battery, put the heat on, and within 20 minutes it's down to like 85. So this idea that you could sit for 24 hours in a storm and be okay is hogwash. But that article says that it would do surprisingly well. It's a bunch of crap. They do not do well when you put the heat on. It takes away most of the electric in a very quick time. Maybe 3-4 hours, you're done. Not 24. There's no way you're getting 24 hours. And once the battery dies, then you're working off the accessory battery, which is what died in my car. And once that happens, your car's bricked, or at least mine is. It doesn't even move right now. So that's it. That's what we got. That's the story. I'm sticking to it. What's that, Joanne? No, Joanne. That's the story. I'm sticking to it. She's like, are you sure that's the story you're thinking? Yeah, I'm sure. I don't need to question whether or not I'm sticking to it. You know? Sometimes Joanne is doing it. So, guys, I'm going to play something because we are talking about a blizzard. I don't know what this was, but I do need a minute here to go grab something to eat. And I'm going to pop this on. This is called Live News Blizzard of 2022. This is when we were supposed to have a blizzard like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. We didn't. But I made this bit. Live here, we got the lavalier on and did our thing. You know how we do. I wanted to do something else for the Olympics. I don't know. Maybe too late at this point. Is the Olympics still going? Oh, wait, this isn't working right now. I don't know why. Let me just make sure everything's connected here. Well, let's see. We working with the right thing here? Oh, that's why. Come on. Come on. There we go. Bang, biggity boo. That's how we do it. So now we got it where we should have it the whole time. I wasn't there. I didn't realize that. So when I put this on now, check this out. Give this a like, give it a comment, and enjoy it. Oh wait, I have to get the ad off. All right, here we go. Friggin' cold out here. Yeah, no, I'm ready, Telefriffin. Anytime we can start this, I'd like to get home. Can't deal with this friggin' I hope there's no
weather anymore. You got me
I'm
on
gonna flip the screen.
on the weather report. I gotta do Blizzard Report 2022. No, whenever you're ready, Telefriff, I'm ready to go. My hands, I think this is not right that they're this white at the moment. I can't feel the ends of my fingers anymore. You guys told me I couldn't wear gloves for the shot. You know how terrible it is to be out here in the elements without gloves on, Telefriff? This is Bush League, by the way. Nobody's going to think it's real that I'm out here at 12 degrees and I don't put gloves on because Telefriff says I can't. Unfreaking real. You know what, Telefriffin? I'm over it, okay? I'm getting this scene done. I'm going home. Put my freaking feet by the fire, all right? Let's get to it. Tell me when we're live. For the love of freaking God. This is, how many reports have we done every single time? You're the worst director. What? Telefriffin, you're supposed to give me a countdown first. Now I'm alive and they saw me yelling at you. Channel 7 News, Mark Pires. I'm here, blizzard. We got a blizzard going on, and it's freezing cold out here. I'm trying to keep the left hand in my pocket, at least to not get frostbite in one hand. I guess I'm losing this one. We're gonna have to go to the hospital from here directly, and they're going to put me under anesthesia, I believe, and they will do basically a surgery to just, take off each of these fingers one by one.
I think they're going to do an old Japanese game where like you did wrong and now you have to, for pride and, you know, for your soul, you have to cut off one of your fingers. You know, I think that's okay. Amputation would have been okay, but you instead got and you got the guys, because you have pride for your family. You did wrong. You took that bread without asking, or cutting off a finger, not amputating it. And then afterwards, they're just going to wrap it with gauze. That's how they do it. But look, it's important for you guys to understand it's friggin' cold. Don't go out. What am I doing out here? You see, nobody's out on the road right now because it's terrible out here. I'm out here though. They're like, oh, Mark, we need you to give that weather report. The weather report? Stay friggin' home. It's snowing. We got friggin' inches and feet of snow here. I'm out. I'm doing it. I'm doing the report for you. And you guys are there and you're saying,
This feels good in my blanket. I got my blanket.
I'm here watching Mark and I got my blanket on. And he's there in the cold channel 7 News in it. That's the gig, you know? So what's that? No, Telefriffrin, you can't talk to me while I'm in the middle of a live broadcast. You just can't do it, you know? Because when you're in the middle of a moment and the people are getting their information about the weather and then you cut in and tell me that I have to get back to the news, that is the problem I have with you, okay? Look, it's a very important and very serious note. When you have a director as bad as Randy Telefriffrin, you need to put him in his place, okay? So, yeah, weather, 12 degrees, blustery winds, 30 to 45 mile an hour winds. You could see I'm doing it. I'm dealing with it. I'm thinking about throwing on some skis. I'm gonna go out and do a little cross-country skiing because this is weather for it. When you got a back, you know, like you got the wind pushing from behind, you got a little bit of help. You know, you're going downhill and all of a sudden you got that gust of wind, but it's not against you where you're like, that thing's freaking pushing you. You're going an extra knot or two, you know? Like there's nothing better than going an extra knot. You know, you're out on the water and all of a sudden you put the friggin' mast up, you know, and it's there, it's doing it, and you got an extra knot. Some people are satisfied with just getting like 5 knots and you're like, no, I got it up to 6 knots. That's good. But look, when you're here and you're in the snow and they're telling you to get to the friggin' news, you get to the friggin' news. So bottom line here, we're dealing with it. 12 degrees outside. They want me to actually, I guess, do the whole news report here from the cold. Instead of sending it back to the warm, you know, news anchor, the guy's there right now. He's just lazy as F. He's sitting there eating up like a friggin' chipotle. Like, what is it called again? Telefrith. What is he eating again? A Pizza Hut? No, it's not a Pizza Hut. What was it? Oh, Pizza the Hut. No, that's from Spaceballs. That's a friggin' movie character. It's not a real food. Pizza the Hut? He was a terrible character. His face is a pizza. He had friggin' sausage and pepperoni all over his face. You know, Spaceballs. Perrier. It's windy as can be, guys. You can hear it. Way too much wind for the anchor, the lead anchor, I guess, tonight, Telefriff. Am I the lead anchor now? Because Clarence decided to eat his friggin' hoagie or whatever the hell he's got? Look, you know what? You tell Clarence that he could come out here and do the lead. I want to eat that friggin' hoagie. I'm hungry as can be. Do you know when you eat Telefriffrin, you can actually put some warmth and some fat on your body and protect you from a bear? I'm not sure about the bear part, but you could definitely, you know, fill up and get some calories. Did you bring anything for me? I'm here. I'm doing it. You can't bring a little snack box? You brought an igloo? Pop it open. Hey, look, Mark, I brought you some goodies. Randy Telefriffrin style. But you know what? Randy Telefriffrin style is destroying a production mid-production. Worst director in history, friggin' Ed Wood. Good. You know what? I'm thinking that if you don't win Ed Wood this year, it's because whoever is judging is blind. You're the worst director I've ever met in my life. I'm getting over it. Like at the point now where I'm just saying, okay, I just know every single time I go on the air, it's gonna be crap. Telefriff. You know, sometimes when all you want to do is deliver the weather, and Randy Telefriffrin's over there and he's taking you out of your moment, you know? Look, all I can tell you is this. A blizzard is inbound. I'm in the friggin' middle of it. I'm in the eye of the blizzard currently. Mark Pires, Channel 7 News. And Randy Telefriffrin over there needs a friggin' talking to. I gotta talk to the general manager of the news station. You gonna get me another telefriff? Next time I'm there, do a telefriff? Yeah, I know telefriff. I practiced that, throwing the friggin' microphone, catching it in real time. You're like, oh, I have a hard time tying my shoes. We freaking know. You got a hard time pushing record on the camera as well. Like, I'm here. I'm saying, like, when I'm doing it, Channel 7 News style, you'd figure that you would be like, hey, Mark, 3. And not do a George Lucas style, which is 3. Or even worse, a Randy Telefriffrin, where just like I'm in the middle of yelling at Telefriff and he pushes record mid-yell. That's what Telefriff is kind of classic for. You know, Telefriffrin, that's what puts you in a league of your own when it comes to Ed Wood Award. You know, when you're not willing to give people a 3-2-1. You don't give them a 3-2-1, and all of a sudden, out here in the middle of the friggin' woods, I'm doing a news report, Chuck's back at the studio eating a frickin' croissant or something. We don't even know what the hell he's eating. They won't even give me the broadcast update on what Chuck is eating in studio while I freeze my, off here. 12 degrees. Look, I'm seeing this as a kind of a routine here where they're like, we're just gonna give Mark the short end of the friggin' stick. We'll send him out there onto the railroad 12 degrees below zero in order to interview the guy who's on the nice toasty train when he comes on in. Like, I'm standing there, I see like frozen animals. They died just walking. Dead. And I'm there, and that guy comes off, Leroy. Leroy, how was the train ride in? You've been a conductor for 54 years, and it's a record, world record. We can't get the world record people here, Guinness World Record people here, because it's too freaking cold. They didn't want to do it. They sent me here instead, Mark Pires, Channel 7 News. I don't have any fingers left, though. They were all amputated after the last gig.
There is new solar plus battery backup technology available that was just released on the market. After billions of dollars.
You send me here? You send me here in the blizzard. No gloves. Oh, just do the report, Mark. What's the weather like? The weather? I got freaking no fingers left. No freaking fingers, And sometimes when people are asking how your fingers are doing and you can't feel them, I can't even push buttons on my phone currently because I don't have any sort of sensation on the fingers. I think if I go and I put Epsom salt, maybe that'll help, but it's starting to really, this is a problem. This is a problem. Yeah, 12 degrees and blustery. And blustery. You see that? That's another one. Telefriff, when we go to hand, that's another flipperoo that I worked on. When you do behind your back, that one I'm trying to practice. I'm not there yet. Like if I was, I would have done it naturally and I wouldn't have had to come down here. You know what though, Telefriff, I like to come down here sometimes in order to get a little warmer, because we're here and this wind, it's not as blustery when you're down here by the surface of the earth. It just kind of like rolls off of your face instead of the rest of your body. I'm kind of like crouched down over here. I got a little bit of warmth, but the actual effort of standing back up helps too. And I'm moving around. I'm gonna do a little dance. Mark Pires, Channel 7 News. I'm out here doing a friggin' dance because it's friggin' cold. They're like, Mark, just a little bit longer. A little bit longer? Can you get me the frig out of here? Did the report already? It's 12 degrees. It's friggin' snowing. Blizzard style. You hear it? Sounds like Joanne's wheezing. When I'm in the studio, that's what Joanne's wheezing sounds like. And you guys are like, no, I don't hear anything. Friggin' kidding me? Loudest thing, the decibel meter broke because of Joanne. So loud that it broke. And you guys are like, oh, it's not that bad. You're really being sensitive on that one, Mark. I don't think I'm being sensitive at all. That is too loud for a guy who's trying to do a monologue, you know? But sometimes you have to take it with a grain of salt. That's what we do. Channel 7 News. No, Telefriffrin, you better not cut me off air. I'm in the middle of it. I'm doing it. You're gonna cut me off? Commercial break. You know, Telefriff, I want you to give me like, jump up like this or something. You don't just cut me off while I'm in the middle of a moment. That is just bad directing. You let me finish my moment. I was there. I'm doing it. And you're take it and split it up. And now all of a sudden coming back, we don't even know where the hell I was. People are going to be like, wow, I was... Sorry, guys, Telefriff, he didn't bring me in again. He's just telling me the commercials, oh, you're live. What are we doing, Telefriff? 3, 2. You couldn't do it? Again? Friggin' Ed Wood. Ed Wood. Ed Wood. I guess I'd have to say that my fingers, my feet, my body, it's all doing, you know, I'm handling it, but it's not doing well. I feel like if I put these hands back in my pocket and I push forward, they may just break off. Fingers break off, that cold, they break off, done. And instead of doing an amputation, I just break them off piece by piece. 4, we're good to go. At least they'll be in a frozen state when I get to the hospital, see if they can reattach them later on. It's just something I'm thinking in the moment here. Channel 7 News, Mark Pires. I'm doing an anchor. I'm trying to tell you guys what's happening here with the news, with the weather. It's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. I am, just taking the sacrifice for you, though. You're at home right now. You're enjoying this weather broadcast while you sit on your couch with a freaking, like a cold beer and a blanket. You got the fire roaring. I hope to God you have the fire roaring. I'm sitting out here 12 degrees, 30-mile-an-hour winds, and if you don't have that friggin' fire roaring, I swear to God, I will come to your friggin' house. I'll break the friggin' door down. I'm lighting that friggin' fire. I'm gonna light that fire. You can't light that fire. I'm gonna light that fire. I just sat over that side and light that fire. I said I could do an impression of him, and then I did it. One of the greatest comedians of all time. Nailed it. Look, when you're doing it, and, you have to let it out sometimes, You gotta let it out. Telefriff, if I didn't do that, how the hell am I going to deal with this cold weather? You know what I mean? Like, you're trying, but then you just keep falling on your friggin' face. That's what happens here. Happens to the best of us, though, Telefriff. Happens to the best of us. Happens to the worst of you, because you are the worst in history, But when you do a Sam Kinison impression in the middle of doing a news report, and you're saying to yourself, look, I'm Sam Kinisoning it because it's so friggin' cold. I want to make sure at least I leave an indelible, mark on this moment in history as Sam Kinison. By the way, that will be a short tomorrow, Sam Kinison impression while doing the weather. I think we have to, who's done a Sam Kinison impression really good anyway, by the way? Anybody? Ever? No? Besides Sam Kinison? Sam Kinison did the best Sam Kinison impression. Look, thank you, Telefriff. Telefriff had a coffee here for me, I gotta say. That is very much appreciated, Telefriff. You're up in standard. I'm taking you off the Ed Wood list because you gave me a coffee here. Geez, I'll tell you what, Telefriff. That's some good coffee. If you guys don't know here, you can support our radio station, Channel 7 News, Mark Pires, Renaissance Man, doing it, And over here, remember, you are not a horse. You are not a cow. No, you're not. are a guinea pig. You can order that on my website at markpires.com and buy men in it. When you buy men in it, and you got a coffee cup that says you're not a freaking horse, you know, you want to buy one for the family. You're buying a 6-pack. I got one for each day of the week, and I wash one of them for the 7th. Some of you buy 7 because you don't even want to wash any. You want to just have them, collect them, put them in order. So each day you wake up and you look, and you're just laughing at them lined up. You're not a freaking horse. Telefriff, I got to tell you, I really appreciate that. It gave me a little bit of life here. I got a little life. I'm doing it. I got a news report. 12 freaking degrees, now down to 11. How much longer, Telefriff? Can we get, like, can you just, what do I have to say to finish this friggin' broadcast up, huh? You can sit there and keep that red light forever? I'm trying to finish up, go home! All right, let's wrap this up then, Telefriff. All right, this is our final out. Are we on the air? We're on the air now, still? God almighty, guys, I'm sorry. I thought he cut us off again. He keeps going like, I don't even know what he's freaking doing. He's doing a Telefriffing thing. And I'm thinking we're off the air, but we're on the air. I just want to say this. Do not go outside and do a friggin' news report in the middle of a blizzard, okay? That's it. That's my advice to you as the news guy doing the friggin' news report from the blizzard. Don't ever do what I had to, I was forced to do. And it's not a choice, okay? This is not a choice. We're like, do you want to go outside and do the news report, Mark, by the friggin' 12 degrees out in the friggin' middle of the snowstorm? No, I don't want to do that. I want to go home and sit by the freaking fire. I told you, you better have that fire going. If I drive by your house later and you don't have that fire freaking roaring, I'll tell you what, I'm coming after you. Oh yeah, knockity-doo. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, honey, who's there at the door? Bang, biggity boo. You don't get that fire going? You know, it's times like this where you question humanity, you know? Oh, there's no fire going. We're doing a broadcast, 12 degrees below zero now. Yep, we're down. You're there.
Oh, maybe I'll light a fire. Maybe I'll light a fire.
You gotta light fire! You better freaking light that freaking fire. Oh, my goodness. You know, in Telefriffin, when you have a consumer base, a clientele, the viewership audience that doesn't do it when you're doing it, you know? It just doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. If I could have a friggin' fire going right here, right now, I'm doing like a friggin' bonfire, right here, right next to the broadcast. Hey guys, what's up? Toasty. Toasty. But no, you're at home. Fire, better have the fire. Oh no, I just felt like a blanket tonight, Mark. Bang, biggity boo. You better get a double-decker situation on that friggin' blanket. You get the fire going, you throw an extra log on top. You grab an extra log, and you throw it on top. If you don't hear crackling from that freaking fire, if I don't hear crackling from that freaking fire when I come drive by your house, middle of the night, I'm gonna do another Sam Kinison. I'll come after you, down and get you. It wasn't as good as the first one, but we're still doing it. Not done yet. If you're not willing to do the news report for the world, right here, 12 degrees, you know what happens? You'll be living in a van down by the river. Dad, who's that over there, Bill Shakespeare? Over here, over there. Ah! I'm doing it, Telefriff! Chris Farley as well. Sam Kinison, Chris Farley. I guess I'm doing a bunch of fat comedians today. Who's next? Oh, I'll do next. Artie freaking Lang.
You want me to do Artie Lang? Middle of the outdoor broadcast? Oh, I'll do that. I snort some crack, too. Friggin' Artie. Nailed it.
You know, it's times like this that I'm thankful that the impressions keep me warm when it's 12 degrees below zero.
No, Telefriff, I could sing on my way out. If I want to sing it and finish up the show on a song, I'm doing it. All right? Because Mark Pires Channel Sellout News gonna tell you how friggin' crazy cold it is outside. It's crazy cold outside. Telefriff, you give me the background vocal on that one. Can you do that? Line me up. Ready? Here we go. It's gonna go like this. Me and Telefriff are out doing a friggin' broadcast, yeah. He's Ed Wood. That's Ed Wood over there. Telefriff, you couldn't help me catch that? You know, guys, oh, yeah, I'm down here. I'm nice and warm. It's much warmer down here, away from the breeze. It's cold as friggin' balls, whatever that means. Telefriff! Can we finish this up? I gotta go home. I'm hoping to keep a couple of my digits, you know? I was thinking at least the middle finger so I could tell you what I really think of you most of the time when I'm doing a broadcast. So, ladies and gentlemen, Channel 7 News, Mark Pires doing it. And this is just another example of things you don't want to do one day. So study, kids. Go and get into finance. Go start a freaking business. Psychology, doctor, professor at school. Anything's better than being here, 12 degrees, out in the freaking snow, and you're there by the fire at home. You better have that fire on.
All right, I'm back, fam. There's actually
me and some stuff, and
I found a guy here on TikTok who's got a podcast platform, and he's been playing independent artists. So I just sent him over my info. I think he's going to be playing a couple of my tracks on his page. I asked him if he wanted to come on and talk about his podcast here on the show one night too. So I think he may, which would be really cool. His podcast is Discover You Radio. Yeah, Discover You Radio. So I think it's online. It's just he's playing unsigned artists from TikTok and stuff like that. So we'll see if we can get him on, and at that point we'll have a chance to chat with him and see what he's doing. Anyway, hope everybody's doing well out there. We obviously had a little bit of comedy. I'm going to play you a quick track, and I think tonight is going to be somewhat of an easy night. I got a lot of work to do currently. A couple listings I'm bringing on the market this week. Thank goodness. I love to get new listings. So if you guys know anybody who needs to sell a house, you let them know to call me. We're doing it. Where did I put that? This is what I popped out earlier today. I'm not sure if you saw this, but I got like to the point where I said, I'm just freaking done with TikTok. You know what I mean? Like, I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm just done. And this is what I posted. And this is just, it's how I felt. I think I'm going to quit TikTok today.
Yeah, right, you freaking schlubs! You can get me to quit, you shadow band of pieces of garbage? I'm freaking here forever!
Oh my goodness, I freaking love that bit. The thing that you miss is at the end I go, woo! And that got cut off because the timing wasn't long enough on TikTok, but that's too bad. It was still pretty funny without the woo. The woo would have been just the cherry on top, but we didn't get the cherry on top. No, we didn't. Sometimes you do. A lot of times you freaking don't here. You know what I mean? Doing it. So let me play you one quick track. I'm going backwards and see what I can find here for you that I really want to play for you. Of course, we have a ridiculous amount of songs here, so it's just a matter of what I feel like playing. I think I'm going to play you something off an album 2-3 albums ago. Like Make It Happen's great, but I'd rather play Let's Stop Time. Let's Stop Time, fam and friends. I'm feeling very much relaxed on a Stop Time vibe right now. This is it. I think I'm going to... The clouds gather overhead, shutting out the light. So loud in the wind as it blows against the window panes in my house. The fire of Mother Nature, cleansing the earth. Time goes by. We're not here, all our time is come and gone. It's not time. Before it's too late, before it's too late, let's start talking. When we're so consumed with tomorrow, instead of living right now means breathing and realizing each and every breath. And just because you breathe without realizing, you forget. Yes, you've lost your gratitude. Let your mind be free and clear. Have no fear. When you're here, you're in the light. Yeah, you can fight. You can see it all so clearly. It's like the curtains are wide open for the first time in a long time. We can stop time. Let's start time. Let's start time. Before it's too late, yeah. Let's start time. Before it's too late, before it's too late,
Oh,
You don't just
goodness,
lose weight,
guys, that
you
song
keep
is
the
a
weight
pretty
off.
tune, isn't it? Yeah, we've written a lot of pretty songs here. We've written a lot of pretty songs. What's It's All From Within? Let's see. It's on one of the albums. It's on the same album that Stop Time is on. Let's hear it. It's All From Within. I like that. Here we go. It's All From Within. I like that. Here we go. We've got inside when we're so cloudy from the truth. It's all on the inside. Oh, it's all from within. You say we're getting nothing but spin from the fake news, and you tune in, you keep hoping you get something that's real, but it's just garbage over and over and over again. Oh, you can never win. You walk away feeling worse than you did when you tuned in. Oh, you go outside and say, I think it's only getting worse. That's what they said. I know I gotta go 5,000 feet away from everyone. That's what they said on the news. Oh, I better put on a mask and get the bugaboo. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Listen to the voice in you. Yeah. You gotta listen to the signs, yeah. You gotta open your eyes, and people don't know what they got inside. You gotta connect with this inside, yeah. Oh, it's all on the inside, yeah. It's all from within. Oh, it's all from within. All from within. It's all from within. It really is, isn't it? That's where it all comes from. I'm going to play you one more cool tune. This is called The Girl That Never Loved You Back. Someone asked me to play a song with that title here in the moment. And this is what I came up with.
We gotta tell people that Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance, so you...
This is a real B&H customer story.
Okay, we checked all 4 systems and keying was a go.
The B&H
That girl that never loved you back. Okay, I got you, brother. Here we go. I saw her when we were 16 years old. We had the same class. I'd look at her, I'd talk to her, and she'd always look the other way. At that kid Tommy, she had a thing for him. No matter how much I tried and what I said or do, she was not interested in me. No, and I'd go and cry, and I'd wait for her to see the light within me, but she never did. No, and I'm 43 years old. I see her walking down the street just the other day. Yeah, she's still single, and I'll go up and see if we can mingle, but she just looked right through me like we're 16 again. And I don't wanna be her friend, no, but I have been in the friend zone from day one, and I don't know how I can get out. No, I'll go through time, wondering what it would be like just to touch your lips with mine. Oh, I guess I'll have to come back another lifeline. Gonna go after her again. Maybe if I'm not the same guy, she'll give me a try, and I won't give up. I'll hope I'll resurrect and come back and give her a chance to give me a chance. Let's not be friends, let's be lovers. Oh, that's all I've ever wanted, but she don't care about me, no. Oh, I could be 100 years old. Oh, she just thinks I'm Santa Claus. Oh, won't ever look at me in a way. Yeah. Yeah, she's the girl that got away, but I never had a chance to even get her in the first place, 'cause she never even liked me. No, never even gave me a chance. No late night romance, no dancing in the rain, no, I was all alone, yeah. You can dream all you want, but you're not the one she wants. So let it go. Oh, it's the girl you can never let go. Oh, wow. Jammity jam and jam in the background. You know what I mean? Just doing it. So now you're doing it. You're just adding a little background in there. You know what I mean? I think we might as well tie this puppy up at just about 2 hours, right? What are we doing over here? Just talking. That's what we're doing. Just talking. Yeah, I mean, bottom line, guys, there's a lot of crazy songs here. They're all on iTunes. They're all on Spotify, so you can listen for free. You can support the show by picking up an album or 13 albums. They're all out there, plus the Freedom song, which is pretty freaking awesome. In fact, since it's the last song of the night, I'm going to play that for you. It's out on Spotify. It's out on iTunes, and I'm really proud of it. Jeffrey gets the assist on that. Thank you, buddy, for asking me to write a Freedom song about the convoy. And since I was asked this happened, please share the freaking hell out of it. Everybody and anybody you know that needs a song about freedom, I got them.
That girl that never...
I got their back. Oops. What did I just do? Hit the wrong button. Get behind the wheel tonight. I got to ride into the fearless squadron of fight. Gonna take on the man ain't so popular these days. Come on. My fellow Canadians, it's time we all come together and we get a bugaboo to protect our neighbors. If you don't do it, you're not a Canadian. And I could be Liam Neeson's son. We're not sure, but I have a certain set of skills. Freedom's up, yeah, communism down. Yeah, freedom's all we got. Yeah, we're gonna sound the horns in. Going all day and night, 7 mile long. Yeah, got our silver world record, not like we tried to do it. We're just trying to fight for our freedom in 2022. Who knew we had to put it all on the line? Yeah, a crazy time, yeah, we're living in. The crazy time we're living. Got a freedom convoy. Down the line, no one's getting by, no block the way, yeah, till we get our say. You gotta get your bugaboo, gotta do mandate for everyone, that's what you gotta do. Even though don't stop anything, no, and you're gonna spread it too. But you gotta get your bugaboo, that's what we're gonna make it do. The truckers say, no effing way, I'm gonna bring my shotgun in the back if I gotta fight you. I'll do what I gotta do. The freedom convoy. The freedom convoy. No stopping the freedom convoy. On the news, call us what you want. You can think that you got the people's ear, but you got people living in fear. Yeah, the way ain't stopping. No, that's clear. Yeah, we ain't no fringe or majority. No, we're gonna take the fight to you. So truckers, please stop this madness and get your bugaboos. If you want to continue to work, you got to get your bugaboo. If you want to continue to go out to eat, you got to get a bugaboo. If you want to get some milk from the store, you got to get a bugaboo. You got to get a bugaboo. The bugaboo. You got to get the bugaboo. You got to get the bugaboo. Boo. You gotta do. Gotta get the bugaboo. Gotta get a bugaboo to do. If you don't get 2, you gotta get 3 more. And then you're gonna show the door. Let's call everyone the misinformation. Yeah, well, what's the real information? Yeah, it seems like it's a changing every day. Yeah, listen to you. Get the freedom convoy. Get the freedom convoy. Take one.
ride the crazy train. Yeah, oh, oh. The freedom train, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, freedom train.
My fellow Canadians, I'm sorry I failed you. But get your bugaboo.
At iHerb, we make and sell the best health and wellness products on the market because we know what's inside every bottle matters.
My goodness, guys. Freedom Convoy. It's available in all music stores. Get that friggin' thing and share the friggin' hell out of it. I gave you the link, right? I think it's right over here. Freedom Pick Throw. I love that. Freedom Pick Throw. We're done it. Got a Freedom Pick Throw going on. So, guys, we did it again, didn't we? Another 2-hour show, day 1142 in a row. Tomorrow we do it all over again, fam and friends. So make sure you join me for day 1143 in a row. Day 1143 is a love show, right? 143 is love. I love you. 1143 I love you shows in a row. Join me. Bobby, my friend, so good to see you. Join me tomorrow, my brother. Been lifting people up in the light for 1,143 days in a row. Whenever you're down, this is the place to come. In the platform, there's almost 2,000 pieces of content. You will never run out of things that will make you smile, laugh, or feel something on the Renaissance Man Show. So hopefully I will see you guys tomorrow when we do it all over again. Remember, I will be dropping shorts throughout the day tomorrow, as well as other things. And make sure you spread the word about the music. There's so much music out there in this world that needs to be heard. Let everybody know what we're doing here. Writing songs in the moment. And until tomorrow, fam and friends, Bobby, Jacqueline, Pamela, S-Coop, and if you're out there lurking, I appreciate you. And if you'd like to say goodnight now or forever, hold your peace. You know the way the story runs. And tomorrow, we will rock this party again. Until then, fam and friends, it's Mark Pires. And Rob, my brother, there he is. I appreciate you, pal. Oh, till tomorrow, fam. Till tomorrow, Rob. Till tomorrow, S-Coop, Pamela, Jacqueline, and Bobby. It's Mark Pires, and it's Renaissance Man. I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great night, fam. Have a great night.